Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Eador Genesis. Alright, the last episode, we got through the basics of the tutorial. We still have more of the tutorial to do, however, and a lot more to see. We managed to learn how to cast spells, we hired some troops, we got some equipment, we went adventuring, exploring a few locations, we took a province, we sailed across the sea, and now we are at our castle, this magnificent looking structure here. Let's go ahead and visit it and see what we need to do. So, let's go ahead and just click on this. Okay, right. To the right, we see our beautiful lands around our castle. Yep, nothing in it. The right is just a graphic. Or just an image. It just changes as you build more structures, but to my knowledge, that's all it is. It's just something pretty to look at. Over here on the left, however, we have all the structures which are currently available to us. Note that most of them look like this red house. They are not available during the tutorial. Some of them are, but some of those also are kind of grayed out. Like, look at this, the Sphere of the Winds, for example, or Sphere of Winds. It's grayed, as opposed to like the Tavern or the Granary, which are not grayed out. This is because some structures require other structures in order for you to build them. Let's say, for example, we wanted to take a Sphere of the Winds, and we do, for example, want to take that. We would need to build this structure first, a library. Some buildings, as we continue to play the game, require many other buildings to create first. So you would want to plan in advance your construction to make these buildings. To make the Sphere of the Winds, for example, we can just go down here and say plan a building. The game will then guide us to what it would take to construct this building. We need to build a library here. So let's read about the library before we build it. Heroes can learn new spells here. Gives access to the simplest spells. Magic Spark, Fatigue, Inspiration. Allows to perform the ritual of Astral Spy. Allows recruitment of Archmagisters if you have the proper scroll. Let's go ahead and take it. You can see that it will unlock these spells, this ritual, this and these buildings. It costs us 50 bucks and 10 crystals to construct this building. There we go. We built our building. You can only build one building a turn. And there's our magnificent looking library over there near the crops. I guess they want quiet or something. It's also near the river, so it's very scenic. Okay, we earned a magic ritual. Like buildings, you can cast one ritual per day. However, our ritual is Astral Spy. It's a new ritual introduced in New Horizons, and it is useless to us at this point in time. We will cover rituals when we earn a different ritual, and we will show off how they work. Right, so that was building. We'll cover building more in depth. I'll explain it whenever we go in there throughout the tutorial. All right, so, well, our turn isn't over yet. We haven't hit end turn. We're still doing more stuff. So, Lotaeri, well, we could go out adventuring, I suppose, in one of these lands. We have orc tribes here to our northwest, brigand outlaws to our northeast, brigand outlaws to our east, and a free settlement to our southeast. This is a free settlement, and it's owned by humans, so that hints as to the type of enemies we would fight if we want to take that province from them. Humans again, and quiet, and we see brigand outlaws, so that's another hint. This will be humans like slingers, militia, spearmen. Brigand outlaws will be brigands. We fought brigands before. And orcs. These will be orcs, similar to what we fought before. We can see that there are orcs actually here. And that it's a dwelling. It's slowly growing up. I guess that's not necessarily inaccurate. So, let's pick one of these to go to. We can probably handle things in the free settlement. Oh, let's cover a few more things over here. Every round, we can see the gold income that this is providing. 13. We can see that it's also providing 5 gems. We don't have access yet to the status icon, which will summarize everything that's going on and how much money we're making each turn. If we conquer this location, we will earn 4 gold and 4 extra gems each turn. Gems are very important for a mage, so I think we'll go here. Now, so that you guys are aware, generally, the location you're going to will be filled with the type of terrain that you are, going to. For example, when we do battles into this location, we should expect there to be quite a few swamps. Next, because we're entering this location from the plains, our side of the battlefield will have less swamps than the right side of the battlefield, because we are attacking into this location. Generally, swamps provide little money, but a good amount of gem income. Forests tend to have low gold and maybe occasionally some gems. Plains have the most gold and almost no gems, if they ever have gems at all. Alright, we're going to Jingle Bells, is the name of the province. Is that the name of the province? Oh, we have a few more things here really quick. We can see that there are 6 locations here for us to explore. That's handy. We want to conquer places that have lots of locations. Hopefully, we will be able to defeat the guardians of these locations. Our own has... how many does it have? None! Or rather, we can't seem to enter them at the moment, because the tutorial is still explaining stuff to us. So let's go over here. Before we go, though, let's make sure we're good. We have our 2 slingers. We have a single spearman. We have no one in our garrison, though. We will want someone there, but we don't have anyone to hire. We'll just have to hope we don't lose the game instantly by going over here. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a little bit. For our magic spells, we've learned Magic Spark, Fatigue, and Inspiration, whether we can take them. Let's go ahead and read them really quick. Magic Spark inflicts 4 points of damage to the target. It increases with the caster's spell power. It costs no crystals and 1 fatigue to cast it. We have Fatigue. The target loses 5 stamina points. Loss increases slightly with the caster's spell power. Has no effect on tireless creatures and elementals. No crystals, 1 fatigue to cast it. And Inspiration. Restores 4 morale points and 2 stamina. Effect increases with the caster's spell power. Does not affect the undead, mechanical units, and animals. Basically, you shout at it, so it has to understand you. I do not want to give up any of my currently slotted spells for any of these. Not at this point. So I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and travel there and do a battle. The hero Lotaeri has entered the province of Jingle Bells. A band of local militia is advancing his direction. Number of enemies, 5. There's militia, a slinger, and a spearman. At least one of each of those. Now, we have the option to negotiate with people. We don't have to kill them, but it's almost always better to attack. It doesn't affect your alignment. We'll talk about alignment later on in the game. But to my knowledge, it doesn't affect it, and it's worth some experience. And we are more than a match for these enemies. So we'll go ahead and attack them. Let's do it. As you can see, our side of the board, because we entered from the plains, is nothing but plains except for 1 hill. The enemy, though, has a ton of swamps on their side. This is because we are attacking from a plains location. It looks like I probably should have taken Inspiration after all, to make this guy's morale go up a little faster. Let's do, Oh, we didn't even read about the Spearmen. I guess we'll read about them here, because we're about to fight one at least. Okay, so, Spearmen. Spearmen are a typical example of light infantry. Vested in light yet sturdy leather armor, spearmen are able to move around the battlefield much faster than ironclad warriors. The throwing javelins they typically use before engaging in melee are another of their advantages over heavy infantrymen. The javelin is rather heavy, so even if the enemy manages to stop its jagged head with a shield, the impact will weaken his defense. So, here is a spearman. Spearmen have heavy ammo. The unit's missiles are so heavy, they damage the target's armor, reducing its range defense by 1. The effect lasts for 3 turns. The orc, when he bashes you with his mace, that lowers your melee defense by 1 for 3 turns. This javelin will reduce our range by 1. He has 1 javelin on him at 2 range and 7 strength. Also note that this guy's level 4. He's a little stronger than the level 0 goblins we were fighting before. Our own spearman is level 0, for example, and he does less damage with his range attack. Okay, so, the good news is that these guys cannot possibly reach me this round. They have to travel, well, this guy can move 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. This guy has to travel through swamps for 1 more turn. So is this guy. Oh, I totally didn't mention it. Whenever you enter terrain that your character does not know how to enter, for example, you don't have swamp mastery or whatever it's called, you lose stamina points entering that location. So these guys will be a little weaker upon entering swamps, for example. Okay, so this guy, let's totally pummel him with some ranged. Damn, 2 damage. Very nice hit. Let's move up another spot. Hit him again. That was 2 stamina for us to do that, once because we attacked after we moved. Our spearmen can move up. Let's look here. Yeah, we can move them up 1 spot. As for myself, I think we will kill this slinger. Okay, end their turn. And they come. Alright, now, something about the light infantry. I love light infantry. They take damage pretty heavily, but they're very mobile. Notice their attack and counterattack strength up here. Their attack is 6, their counterattack is 7. They do more damage hitting back rather than the initial hit. Of course, if they take a big hit, their counterattack will have dropped, so keep that in mind as well. Let's see, what do I want to kill? How many points do you have? 5? But you're on a hill over there. It'd be a little tricky. Very tricky. I think I know what we should do. Let's go ahead and throw stones at this guy right here. And kill him with those. Next, we will summon forth a skeleton. We're not going to keep it here because I don't want this spearman to attack it. Or maybe I do, actually. 5 hit points. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind if the spearman gets distracted by our skeleton. We can't keep it anyway. Let's have it attack the slinger. Dead. Next, our slinger can throw his spear at this militiaman. He's out of ammunition. That's what that's saying. Yes, we only have one spear. Okay, let's end our turn. The AI will always prefer to go after ranged or support units if given the chance, and will go out of its way to try to kill them wherever and whenever possible. This guy was not interested in our infantryman because he's designed for close combat. Our slinger, though, is not, which is why he went right after him. Let's pull our slinger back a spot. Ranged units cannot use their ranged attack on a unit which is adjacent to them. The slinger would attack with his melee attack, which is only 3, if we had him attack right there. So I moved him back one spot. Next, we'll heal him, and then we'll pummel this guy. Nice, good hit, good kill. Our skeleton, can you kill this guy? Actually, we should take the hill. It's additional defense. Excellent work, team. We did it. And we leveled again. We have earned +1 command. We'll be able to hold 1 more unit in our infantry. We also get to pick a skill. I like both of these. We're taking lots and lots of, we have lots of spell power. Thaumaturgy could be useful, but so could concentration. Oh, I forgot all about concentration. So I think there is 7 skills. What is there again? Spell power, conjuring, necromancy, wand firing, spell power, thaumaturgy, concentration. So, Wand Mastery, that increases our initiative, gives us extra range damage with our wands when we use them, and gives us extra ammo whenever we use a wand. Thaumaturgy reduces the resistance of targets to our spells, and makes us more resistant to them. Concentration lets our spells last longer, if they have a duration, and we can recover more stamina whenever we rest. I don't know which one to take. Let's take at least 1 point in thaumaturgy. Our slinger will get a point of ammo. The slinger can get some stamina. Our spearman can get a hit point. Besides conquering new lands, your hero can explore your own provinces. Ancient ruins, abandoned temples, and other secret locations guard treasures that await any who can defeat their guards. Okay, I'll show you what it's talking about. So, over here, in the last video, we entered locations to go and kill the things that are inside of them. However, sometimes there's a random amount of locations to see. Like, our place here has 2, has orcs and undead. In fact, we probably should go over there and do those first. So well, hold on. What's in this location? We have Hell Cohorts. We probably are not a match for them at our low level. Alkril. We might be able to kill them, but we will take losses in doing so. Adventurers, we can probably kill them. Another Hell Cohort, Swamp Creatures, and Undead. Having played this game often, I've sunk a few hundred hours in this game, I have a good feeling for what we'll encounter in most of these locations. We can definitely kill the Undead, or rather, I heavily suspect we'll be able to. Let's try going in here and doing that battle. Actually, no, Tim, you're doing the wrong thing. We gained a command. We should totally grab another infantry unit of some sort. So let's double back first. And we'll pick up an infantry unit from our castle. Now, let's talk about the plan ahead. we need some infantry. We have no buildings yet that can produce them. Over here is the military quarter. This is where you will be building buildings that provide you troops. This is the trade quarter. These buildings generally will give you more income and let you build certain... Actually, well, let's just do that. These provide income or other benefits for your castle or your lands. This is the magic quarter. You'll be building buildings that give you access to different spells. The craftsman quarter generally will give you equipment unlocks, as would this quarter here in the trade quarter, this bottom row, which we don't have access to yet. It would also give you the ability to make some buildings in your provinces. Temple quarter is miscellaneous stuff. We have the leisure quarter, central, and forest. I haven't done a whole lot in the forest or central quarter. I have not gotten... I don't want to ruin it. Later on, I'll explain how far we got. Just know I am nowhere close to beating the game. All right, so we want to take another spearman. Let's go ahead and build this structure. Produces units of the first rank, allows recruitment of the spearmen. The castle cannot have more than 4 buildings of this type. That is important to remember. We can only build 4 military structures to provide us with tier 1 units. There will be, you see all these slots? They can all be filled with various tier 1 units that you might be able to want in your army. But you can only have 4 of them, so the choices that you decide to make will impact you for the rest of your adventure. I should add a caveat to that, but I don't want to spoil the big secret at the end of the tutorial. So we have the trade quarter here. There are no limits on this place. For our spell schools, the same thing occurs. You cannot have the castle cannot have more than 4 buildings of this type. Now, we'll cover it a little more in depth outside of the tutorial. Just know that the military quarter has different restrictions compared to the magic quarter, which is different than the trade quarter. I'm not making any sense. Let's just build something. So let's go ahead and we want the spearmen. This means we have to build a workshop, as currently they're grayed out. So let's go ahead and build this. If we build the workshop, we will be able to access a short spear, wooden shield, common arrows, leather jacket, and a rope sling. It also gives access to all these structures. There we go. Remember, we can only build 1 building on a turn. So we're done here. And our building went right there into this location. Look how pretty it is. Isn't it pretty? It's pretty. All right, Lotaeri, back we go. Next. We took no damage, so our armor is completely undamaged. We did not use our short staff, so it also does not need to be repaired. Weapons and armor need to be repaired if you use them in combat or are struck in combat. A warrior, if you had chosen a warrior, for example, a hero, you'd probably have to repair your armor and weapons a lot more often than the mage would. The same holds true if you were, let's say, the scout hero in this game. You'd be coming back constantly to repair your arrows, which would be damaged after every single battle that you do. The mage, thankfully, we don't take any damage because we're not using a wand, and we didn't have to use our sword staff at all. You can see the equipment that's available to us now for purchase right here as well. Okay, let's... Oh, we can't hire something, but we did hit end turn. We can build another building. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a spearman. It's the only building we can make at the moment, so we're all done. Let's come back out here, and we'll go ahead and hire a spearman. We're going to hire another spearman, and we're going to keep him in our garrison. It will be difficult for me to explain why you want to do this. Just know that you should always keep a unit of any type, preferably cheaper, but you can have it be a very expensive unit, in a garrison if you have access to a garrison on the map. Anywhere on the map, you build a garrison, you will want something in it. This is because later on in the game, when one of your provinces comes under siege, and they will, if you have nothing in the garrison, the enemy will be able to take that province from you immediately. A garrison forces the enemy to have to siege your structures instead, which gives you time to react and possibly lift the siege if the enemy is doing it to you. Next, we're going to enter one of these locations. Let's go ahead and fight some orcs. The hero Lotaeri has approached a half-destroyed ancient tower. The inhabitants of the old citadel have noticed him and are preparing for battle. There's 3 enemies, a bugbear, an orc, and a ghost whisperer. Alright, let's go ahead and fight. We have the hill. We want the hill. We'll put you there. I want to stay away from battle. Our spearmen can go here and here. Alright, we're set. We have 2 new enemies. In New Horizon, the bugbear here, this girl with the bow, this female orc, and this fat orc here with the staff and bone in his hand, these are new units for New Horizons. Let's read about them. Ghost Whisperer. Orcs don't practice what human or elven wizards would consider magic. They conjure lesser spirits, summoning them briefly from astral realms with special rituals and binding to primitive artifacts that are their totems. But orc shamans, ghost whisperers, look nothing like the shamans of barbaric human tribes. Because totem spellcasting is so slow, ghost whisperers are expected to fight alongside the other orcs, should the need arise. That's why they wield massive staves, as useful for skull cleaving as they are for spirit binding. Yeah, they do decent damage. 7 with 5 counterattack. He has first aid, so when this particular orc rests, he heals 1 hit point. He heals 20% faster outside of battle. Earth Totem spell. The unit can cast the Earth Totem, which summons an Earth Totem in the adjacent tile. Costs 2 ammo to cast it, so he'll be able to cast it twice. Soothe Spirits. The unit can cast a Soothe Spirit spell, which restores 6 hit points to friendly elementals. And it costs 1 ammo to use it. I didn't realize he had that spell. We also have the Bugbear. Life in orc tribes is harsh and ruthless for the weak. Constant wars, raids, and infighting have forced even female orcs to be always ready to hunt for food, or even defend their lives and homes from intruders. Of course, female orcs are not able to wear the same armor as male orcs, or fight with heavy maces, thus they resort to bow and arrows, a weapon despised by true orc warriors, who favor hand-to-hand combat. Nevertheless, tribe leaders know the usefulness of lightly armed troops and scouts, so-called bugbears, always ready to support their fathers, husbands, and brothers with their arrows. Their bows are short and crude, but quite powerful, and their ability to sneak up on their prey makes them very dangerous on any terrain. From time to time, bugbears perform surprise night raids without any orc warrior to plunder defenseless human villages, which is why their name has long been used to frighten young children. So, bugbears have all the terrain knowledge, but only 1 value in it. This means that they do not gain extra defenses, or at least this one does not at level 3. But it can move into swamp, hills, or forests without spending extra movement, and it won't lose any stamina by doing so. It has Crippling Shot, and it will lower the speed of any unit that takes damage from it by 1 for 2 rounds. It also has Dodge, so if it's struck by ranged attack damage, its defense increases. Alright, the enemy's kind of dangerous, they're both dangerous. If I want to be honest though, the Bugbear is more dangerous at the moment than anything else. Let's go ahead and kill it. And my other units can just stay put. There's no reason to risk them taking an arrow to the face. And you have a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you will not be able to reach me. Okay, let's kill the Bugbear next. Oh, we didn't quite kill her. She's still alive. With 5 range defense, we will not actually be able to kill her. 1, 2, 3, 1. She can't actually hit us even next round. Let's wait a round. Okay, time to kill her. Actually, we can wait for this orc to approach a little bit more. We don't need to use more crystals, I suppose. Let's see how this battle goes. It's just 1 orc. Can we kill it this round, Tim? Oh, that was a mistake. That was a misclick. Now we definitely can't. Let's pull you back. Alright, Spearman. Spearman! Kill it! Kill it! Nice work. 1 level 3 Bugbear, level 0 Orc, and a level 1 Shaman. Let's take Morale +2. Forced March. I don't like Forced March. I know lots of other people probably love it. I hate this skill. So, this allows you to increase your movement by 1 point by spending some stamina. That some stamina, I think, is 4 points of stamina. You will use it, and then you will be exhausted. I very rarely like using Forced March, and you will almost never see me take it. So I think we'll grab the Morale +2 instead for him. I will show Forced March at 1 point, though. We'll take it as well. You'll probably see the AI use it before I actually do so, though. But we'll take it maybe the next upgrade. We get another belt for this as well. Nice. +2 stamina. And we've earned $125 and 12 crystals. Because we didn't have the belt on, or we didn't have any belt on, it's equipped automatically for us, rather than go into our hero's inventory slots down there. Okay, let's build another building. Increases population growth in the capital. Reduces the risk of famine in the capital. Let's go ahead and build a granary. Population growth is this green bar. It will now increase faster than it was increasing. I don't know if there's a way to show the percentage of how much it's increasing, but there you have it. So we'll check on it next round and see how much this green arrow grew. All right, well, let's do another battle. We have undead here. Let's step in and kill them, if we can. The hero Lotaeri approaches an ancient crypt. It looks like a burial vault of some ancient ruler or great warrior, and one is sure to find something valuable among the belongings of the deceased, and to encounter those guarding the peace of the dead as well. 5 enemies: skeleton, bone spearman, and a zombie. We have hills. We should take the hills. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's do it. Okay, we have a new enemy, the bone spearman. Skeletons that have the sense to attack from a distance are something to be feared. Possessing inhuman strength, the skeleton is able to project their spears quite far, making them terrifying instruments against unarmored individuals in the rear. Like all skeletons, they are fragile, but hard to hit with ranged weaponry. Like any living corpse, it feels no pain and knows neither fatigue nor fear. We've seen all these abilities before, so it's useful to know. Although they have a intimidation, this one does. Okay, so... Oh, and this guy is also... He was newly added for in New Horizons. He was not part of the original game. We can start hitting the zombie. We will start hitting the zombie. Let's move you to down. And we will kill that spearman first. Oh, this is tricky. We can rush and kill the skeleton with my 2 spearmen, but then we're gonna take a big hit from a zombie shortly afterwards. We'd have to rush both spearmen up because they only do 6 damage, and our slingers cannot kill it. Since it moves 2, I think we're gonna go ahead and use a triple blade and just destroy it outright. Okay, we want to kill that zombie. Can we do it without requiring magic? Let's then weaken another zombie. Okay. Let's have this spearman move up twice, attack and kill this zombie. We'll throw a spear at this one. And can we kill it with 2 slings? No, we can't. It has 1 hit point left. It is just as dangerous as if it had full hit points. We will triple blade and destroy it. We've earned 12 gold and 10 crystals for that. We've also gained another level. Why don't we grab a point in wisdom? We'll gain 10 extra % experience, and we'll earn an extra first circle spell slot. Our spearman here can learn counterattack +1. We'll give you hit points. Hey, we've learned how to take a scholar. That's amazing. And we've learned a new spell, vulnerability, or we have the option to. We've also earned 158 bucks and 8 crystals. Spell scrolls. You will find spell scrolls on your adventure. In order to use them, you must have a library unlocked. Then, come to your learned spells. You can take the spell and then slot it into any available slot, assuming that you have a slot of the appropriate rank. This is vulnerability. It's a rank 1 spell. We'll place it here. Next, we have a scholar. We can totally go ahead and use them if we wanted to. I think we'll wait a little bit, and I'll show how scholars work. Well, actually, I can show you how they work now. We can take the scholar from our inventory and place it into any available slot. The scholar is a rank 1 creature. Scholars are new. They were added in New Horizons. We'll read about him when we actually go ahead and decide to finally take him. Okay, so that was all the locations in our starting realm of ritual. Or is it? The game hinted about something called exploring. Let's show you how that works. Down here, you can click on this Explore Province button. Let's click on it. There we go. We're now exploring. When we hit end turn, our hero will explore some percentage amount of this location, and this explorer will get more filled. Oh, and look how much our new land jumped up. That's amazing. So, exploring is the way in which you find locations in provinces. There is definitely more than 2 locations here. We just beat the 2 that were available. Let's see if we find another one. In the meantime, we should also build another structure. Why don't we go ahead and build a tavern? It'll increase our income by 2 each round and lets us recruit mercenaries. If we now go to the higher screen, we have a new unit up here. Mercenaries can be of several different races or higher level troops as well. We have a Berserker. This is actually a upgraded version of the Barbarian, a tier 1 unit. This is its improved version. A powerful warrior capable of going berserk in battle. These warriors enter battle wielding only a huge axe. In their berserker state of mind, they are oblivious to pain and fear. Berserkers with their unrivaled fighting skills often turn the tide of battle in their master's favor. Always at the front lines where the most violent slashing occurs, these mighty men show the barbarians by example how to live and die as a true son of heaven and earth. This is a merc. Mercs generally cost twice as much money to hire and cost twice as much money to maintain them. He's $120 to purchase. That's because normally he's $60. He also is going to cost us $24 if we wanted to purchase him to keep him around in our army every round. He has Battle Frenzy. Once heavily wounded, a unit falls into a rage. As a result, his attack value increases by 5, and his wounds do not affect it. The unit's morale cannot get lower than its base value. At the beginning of the turn, unit may lose control and rush to the enemy in melee. The attack does not deplete the unit's strength. In other words, they become immune to morale and any wound damage that they have suffered, while doing extra damage in melee. I think you have to hit them for like maybe 1/5 or 1/6 of their total life in order for them to rage. This guy has Stunning Blow. Each blow reduces the target's stamina by 1, unless the attack does no damage. Then only by 0. No effect on incorporeal enemies. Bloodlust. Damage received increases unit's morale by 1. Also, killing an enemy in melee attack boosts the morale of the unit by an additional 1. When killing by a counterattack or by a ranged attack, the unit receives only half of this value. Okay, so that's mercs. We now have mercs coming in. After so many turns, I don't know what the number is. I think it's like 5 or 7 turns. This mercenary will go, and we will get a new mercenary that shows up there. This could be a brief amount of time to talk about alignment. Units prefer being in an army with creatures of a similar alignment to their own. Evil creatures want to be with other evil creatures, and good wants to be with good. If you mix and match good and evil units, you can still totally do that, and they fight very effectively. However, they will suffer a morale penalty. If you put, let's say, several undead in an army with, say, some holy knights, the holy knights' morale would drop by like 4. If we put like evil sorcerers in an army with good elves, both the sorcerers and the elves' morale would be like -4, -3. They would still fight just as effectively, but if they begin taking wounds, their attack capabilities would drop dramatically. Alright, I'm done babbling. Let's explore this province a bit. While exploring the province of Ritual, the hero Lotaeri found something unusual in the old fortress. Now, we can either continue exploring, in which case we will continue to try to uncover more percentage of this land, or we can stop our exploring right here and examine this location. Let's go ahead and examine it. The hero Lotaeri approaches a small fortress, long abandoned by its first hosts. Although all that remains is mostly in ruin, it might be worth searching the place. There is one problem, however. Its new owners won't allow that. Their belongings will make some excellent spoils of war, though. There's 4 enemies. We have Bugbear, Orc, and Ghost Whisperer. We've already killed them. I don't think 4 will be much of trouble. Let's do it. We have hills. Always take the hills. We'll keep you... Actually, we should keep you near my troops. Alright, this is good. I love this layout here. This gives us a nice block to stop the enemy from reaching us. That's talking about the preferences down here. Actually, let's up the speed a little bit more. Alright, The enemy is way far outside of our range. We can't hit them yet. Let's go ahead and first move our spearmen a little. We'll move this guy down 2. He'll stay on the hill. Let's go ahead and kill this shaman. Notice that when he died, everyone around him lost 1 point of morale. Can't be good to see your father die, I suppose. Here they come! Alright, let's kill another one with another triple blade. The orc is still outside of our range. We will stay put. Let's check her range really quick. Range 3. Yep, we're going to stay put. Okay. Let's summon a skeleton. Didn't quite kill her, but I think maybe a 5 damage range attack would. We don't have any of those. Let's move our spearman up 1 and throw a spear at her. You can move 2. Might as well hit him while we are able to. Nice. Look at the morale of this guy drop. It's down to 5 at the moment. Let's hurl spear. And we'll go ahead and pummel him with some more slings. So morale's now 4. We should kill him with this. Hey, stunning shot. Each of the unit's shots drains the enemy's stamina points by 1. Let's take that. And I guess we'll take... Oh, I don't like either of these on you. But we'll grab recuperation +1. We'll go ahead and grab Force March so we can show Force Marched off. We gain a new spell, Summon Wolf. Hey. Not bad, Lotaeri. We don't really need Summon Wolf, but it would let me show off how a summon works. So I guess we'll take it. It's going to be really weak. We don't have any plus summoning power. Okay, so we explored how much of this province? 2%. Because we stopped and went to the location that we discovered. We could have instead kept exploring, and maybe we would have gotten as far as like 55% explored instead. Or maybe even found another location in there we could have gotten to. A lot of this game will involve exploring and entering locations. The vast majority of the early parts of the game will involve that, or conquering close by enemy territories. We'll cover enemy territories in depth a little later. Right now, let's go ahead and take another building. Let's build a recruiting station. Produces units of the first rank, allows recruitment of militiamen, allows hiring of the militia guard. Cannot have more than 4 of this type of unit. We have earned a guard. Let's talk about guards for a second. So, remember when we entered this location, we had to attack and kill a few humans first in order to take it? Right now, there's nothing guarding it. If the enemy, let's say a group of lizardmen here, decided to walk into this location and attack it, they would. And they take it over, because there's no one guarding the location. Guards are effectively force your enemy to deal with them before they take the location. It costs $30 to hire a militia. Not the most reliable protection by far, but certainly the cheapest. It's also going to cost us 3 gold to have that guard stay there every turn. Let's go ahead and purchase them. There we go. Not bad, huh? Okay, well, with that done, I think we'll go ahead and explore another round. While exploring the province of Ritual, the hero Lotaeri has found a small halfling farmstead. Several families of this undersized people are working peacefully in fields and vegetable gardens. No guards are visible. What are your orders, master? We can plunder and burn the farmstead, impose a tribute on the farmstead dwellers, begin trading with the halflings, or leave them in peace. Let's stop and talk about alignment. During the course of the game, you'll be presented with many situations like this, and often the same situation like this, over and over again, depending. There's something like, I want to say there's like maybe 100 different types of events, or maybe even more or less. I don't know if they get any more of them as you continue on with the campaign. But your answer here will give you a reward of some sort. If we were to plunder and burn the farmstead, we would earn quite a bit of money. If we impose a tribute on the farmstead, we would earn money every round, and an okay amount of it, not that much, but not nothing. We can begin trading with the halflings, which gives us almost no money, but it does give us money every round, or leave them in peace, and just not bother with this location. If you choose evil actions, most of the time in the game, that gets you a really nice reward right then and there. However, your alignment begins to shift, or karma level, or something of the sort is what it's called. The lower your alignment level, the more likely evil creatures will want to side with you. The higher, obviously, the more good aligned creatures want to side with you. There's also other effects. The more evil you are, the more likely you are to have other evil things occur to you. You might get many more events, some of which are bad no matter what you do. If you're good, you might get some positive events, which have no penalty to them whatsoever. But it's generally harder to be good because it's more expensive and less rewarding in the short term than it is being evil, which makes it quite easy to beat some shards. I intend to play a good hero, so we're probably going to be mostly good, but I intend to do a little bit of evil just to show off the different options in the game. Right now, though, I think we'll begin training with the halflings and show you what it means to be good. Thanks to cheap foodstuffs from the halfling farmstead, income from the province of Great Nothing is increased by 1 gold. 1 gold. So little. Your castle and provinces yield income every turn. You have certain expenses as well. You need to pay for your units their wages each turn. You can view detailed information by clicking on the statistics. Okay, everyone. Our castle is getting us 2 gold. Our provinces are earning us 25 gold and 9 crystals. We have 27 and 9 crystals coming in total. We can see that we are paying for all this stuff. This is costing us 26. We are making 1 gold each turn and 9 crystals. We will cover resources in a tad. We're also fighting one opponent who's on the beginner level, so it should be really easy for us. Next. Why don't we go ahead and build us an altar? Reduces the cost of hero resurrection and the performing of rituals by 5%. Increases the morale of the capital defenders by 1. It also unlocked abilities for us to take a Brotherhood of Light, a Sanctuary as well. We'll explore this round. Let's end our turn. While exploring the province of Ritual, the hero Lotaeri has found an ancient crypt. Let's fight him. We've killed this group before. We have a hill. We should totally take the hills. Okay, that spearman will die first. Next, we will kill... Oh, that's some skeleton Tims. That's not a kill. Okay, let's look at some of our other spells that we haven't cast yet. We have Vulnerability. Lowers the defense attributes and the resistance of the target by 3 and lasts for 6 turns. We could throw it on this guy and he would have absolutely no ranged defense whatsoever. I think we'll do that, actually. We're gonna throw a spear at it. Look at that massive 7 damage. We don't want to take a hit if we don't have to. Let's move our spearman back a spot. Excellent. Let's begin weakening it as much as we can. Let's go ahead and try that Summon Wolf spell. Summons a wolf in a tile next to the caster. The summoning range and the wolf's attributes depend on the caster's summoning ability. Oh. Yeah, we can still do it. Let's put it here. A wolf, a plain wolf, a common forest predator. Wolves prefer fresh meat, but they are not picky about other kinds of nourishment. Although the wolf is not a particularly dangerous foe to engage by itself, a pack of them can easily overwhelm an unprepared victim. Our wolf does almost no damage, has almost no counterattack, is pretty weak at 14 hit points and 12 stamina. It does lower the morale of the troop by 1 when it hits, though. It has necrophage as well. If there's a corpse on the field, this creature can move over it and eat, gaining up to 10 hit points. It also wants to be in forests. It has a little bit extra range defense in them. Because it's a summon unit, and because I don't think we get to keep it, after this battle, we'll just move it up and have it attack. We've gained a point, a rank. Oh, hey, we can take Necromancy if we really want to. That's tempting. We do have some summoned skeletons, but I think I'd rather still not rely on undead because we are unable to build the spell school that can give us these spells. So we will take... Oh, we also earn +1 magic. Let's grab Thaumaturgy to another point in it. We'll take a point in attack. Counterattack. We've earned an iron ring, +1 hit point. Okay. We've earned 2 more spell slots also. Why don't we go ahead and build ourselves a Sphere of the Winds. We can learn Headwind, Haste, Air Shield, and Lightning from this. Now, our hero, in particular, because we've taken 3 magic power and 2 thaumaturgy, really wants to learn lightning spells. Inflicts 9 points of magic damage to the target. Damage increases with the caster's spell power, so this will inflict 13 points of damage, I believe. And we'll actually drop a triple blade for another one of these. It's so useful. We have Haste, increases target speed by 2. The enchanted unit recovers 1 stamina each turn and lasts 4 turns. We could have Air Shield, which increases a target's range defense by 4 and magic resistance by 1, lasting 5 turns. And Headwind, which reduces a target's speed by 2 and range by 1. Oh, you realize we reduced range? How about that? The unit loses 1 stamina each turn, lasts for 6 turns. If the unit's speed is below below 1, it can still move, but it loses stamina with every step it decided to move. Headwind is good at weakening enemies before they reach you and staggering their lines, so you don't have to worry about dealing with 3 enemies all at once. Haste is very useful for anyone who's probably not a wizard. I guess maybe a commander could probably get away with not using haste as well. Because as you're engaging combat, swinging your weapon, firing your bow, you will lose stamina. Haste lets you move quicker, intercept enemies faster, or get away from them, and also recovering stamina, so you don't have to worry about running low. Air Shield's also pretty decent, but I intend to kill the enemy before it ever becomes a problem reaching me in with their range attacks. We're at 58% now for Ritual. Let's do one more round of exploring. While exploring the province of Ritual, the hero Lotaeri has come across a small wagon decorated with a crudely drawn symbol of the Eagle God, and a strong smell of herbs and alchemical reagents. Apparently, the owner of the wagon is a wandering healer from some monastic order, and it's obvious that he is now in serious trouble. The wagon is surrounded by a pack of wolves, looking very sinister and hungry. Let's save them! You get to fight 6 wolves. That's quite a few wolves. Let's put our hero over here. Put our slingers here and here. And my intention will be to get to this location as fast as possible with our hero. Actually, we should do this. Because he cannot be reached if he's here. The wolves are unable to reach across these little lakes. Okay, we can move 1 spot to start. To move here and here. They're outside of range of our slingers at the moment. Let's go ahead and bring one of these wolves down. Let's begin killing them. Nice work, guys. That's at least 2 dead this turn. We will attack this one next. Didn't quite kill it though, Tim. Should have used your lightning bolt instead. This was also level 11. This is a really strong wolf, apparently. Okay, can you 2 kill this one? With help, you can. This wolf should die to whatever I throw at it. After dispatching the wolves, your troops examine the wagon. They find the healer terrified. He's extremely grateful for the rescue and gives you a box of gems, which have been placed in the treasury. And thanks for that. We could also kill him if we really wanted to, but I don't see no reason for that. You can get different rewards from this, actually. You might get nothing, you might get a healer or a grand healer. Those are units you can get in your army. Or you can get gems. There might be more stuff too, but I only remember this one. You tend to get this as a reward, I think. This also, I should probably stop and explain that there are different outcomes to the events that you do, some of which may not be readily apparent. You might, for example, do a quest, or rather you might have an event and pay a lot of money and see nothing. Only for like 20, 25 turns or 50 turns later, something happened because of that event that you did a good deed for, or an evil deed for, and now there's something else which occurs. Let's build another structure. I think we will build a... let's build the Sorcerer's Workshop. Allows heroes to purchase the following items: a short staff, simple wand, toga, sandals, and a simple cap. Reduces the gem upkeep of garrison units by 10%. So we can now purchase a few more pieces of equipment. We don't need the knife. I don't even know why I repaired it. Actually, we should hold on to it. If we use a wand, we will want that. We can purchase a hat for +1 hit point. And some sandals for +1 stamina. Next, why don't we go and conquer this brigand outlaw forest? Five enemies. We've seen these guys before. This is the gloomy pinewood. Let's attack. I don't like those two. I don't like their position at all. I think we're going to move ourselves down here instead. Okay, we want to kill the range units first, if possible. I don't think we can kill it. Not this turn. We're safe from this guy, I think. What's his range? 5? If he moves 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can reach us if he moves here. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he can. Then we need to kill that guy first. Before we do that, let's check his statistics. A triple blade is what we want to use. Let's throw a spear here. Can we kill him? Damage. We should talk about this briefly. Your units are not healed at the end of a combat. They must wait several rounds to recover their wounds over time. You cannot cast spells like Cure Wounds outside of combat, but you can cast them in combat, obviously. You want to try to end every battle with as few people wounded as possible. We'll take resistance +1. We'll take range attack +1. Excellent, we conquered this location. Let's see what we got in here. Gang of robbers, nightly orders, slave drivers, swamp creatures, pack of ratmen, siege engineers, minotaurs. Ugh! They're all difficult. All of them. We might be able to kill slave drivers, but I think instead we'll come up here and do that fight. Taking over the Stonefolds, Orcish tribes. Well, might as well learn another, build another building. Let's build a forge next. Just to get that done. That will unlock the armory for us as well. I think we'll also purchase another guard. Alright, let's move up there. The hero Lotaeri has entered the province of Stonefolds. A band of orcs is rushing in his direction with battle cries and swearing. Let's kill them. We have hills. Always take the hills. We have forests. Take the forest as well. Okay, as usual, we want to kill these guys first. Oh, looks like we're gonna get a stone totem this time around. Oh, we can't kill this guy right away. What? He's level 13? He's level 13, everyone. He's pretty strong. He has a few more abilities, too. Summoning power. Increases the power of most summoned units by 4. If the summoned creature is undead, the power only raises by 1. It also has elemental strength. Damages allied elementals for hit points, but increases the spell power and duration by 1. Oof. I'd love to kill him. Maybe a triple blade can do it? Excellent. This one, though, is still alive, so we're going to get a stone totem on the field of battle, finally. Notice that we moved one with this guy, but we have forest nearby. He cannot enter it, because he did not start right adjacent to the forest. Stone totems. An orc will summon them, and he can blow them up whenever he likes. The longer that he waits okay, let's do this again. Every round, the totem will lose hit points. At the end of 3 rounds, the totem destroys itself. Every round that it does not destroy itself, though, it can be used to deal damage. It does more damage the longer that it has been charging for. So if it waits 3 rounds, that will be quite a bit of damage to everyone. The stone totem remains around even if you kill the orc shaman and can blow up anyway. I believe that is the case, at least. The totems themselves do damage in an AoE. I think it's a circle around a certain point. Okay. Let's kill that shaman. And that would be good. We'll summon a skeleton to help us here. It can't reach us. Let's wait 1 round. We'll take the hill. We'll throw... Actually, we should first... let's throw some spears first. Well, we should kill it. If we heal, the orc will still do 5 damage to us. Which is 3 hit points of damage. So no, we will kill it. We can gain summoning strength +4 and range +1. We can gain wisdom 2 instead, or wand firing 1. Why don't we take summoning 1 to help our little wolf out a little bit? I think we'll take stamina. Range attack +1. Always useful for slingers. Point of stamina. Yes, Denner wants us doing stuff. We got it. Let's keep doing stuff. So let's build an armory next. Allows heroes to purchase the following items: knife, cudgel, chest piece, and hand crossbow, feathered arrows. Increases recruits' experience by 20. Every unit that you hire after you build an armory is a little more experienced than if they didn't have this. Now, we need to talk about resources. Notice that the armory, you have the picture, you have the money and crystal cost to build it, then you have a bunch of this red stuff up there. We've got, looks like 2 iron bars and 2 things of wood. What is the game telling us by that? Well, it's telling us that we would need to purchase those pieces of trade in order to actually build the structure. Every piece of iron currently is going to cost us 17 bucks. Every redwood costs us 12. Because this building requires 2 iron and 2 redwood, that's, was that 24 and 34, I think is what it is. So that's an extra $58. Normally the armory would only be $120, but it's more expensive because we don't have any of those resources at the moment. We'll build it anyway. Resources will show up over a province, letting you know that they are there. So they'll either be grayed out or be not grayed out. If they're grayed out, that means that they're there somewhere, but you have to fight for them or discover their location. If they're there, then just holding the province gives you that resource. All you need is one of that resource, and you have as much of that resource as is required. For example, if we had a province that had 1 iron in it, we would have all of the iron we would ever need to hire or build any structure or unit. We don't need 2, you just need 1. It produces enough that it covers all your costs. If you have multiples of them, well, later on in the game when we talk with other heroes, we will be able to trade resources, getting money or gems each round in exchange for we offer them that resource. Okay, we have another point of command, so we're going back south. And I think we will build a Brotherhood of Light. Produces units of the 1st rank. Allows recruitment of healers. The castle cannot have more than 4 buildings of this type. Healers are amazing, and you will almost always want at least 1 in your army. However, I don't know if we have room for it. We got 2 slingers and 2 spearmen. We could leave a slinger behind. This slot, however, I want open for our scholar. Let's place him here. And I guess we can take a healer. We'll leave one of our slingers behind. This guy. Notice that he's level 1, not level 0. This is because of the 20 extra experience points we earned from our armory. Our scholar is almost level 1, but he needed more experience to level. Let's read about these guys. Combat isn't just about winning. It's about winning with minimal casualties. For this reason, most armies need healers. Virtually useless in melee combat, healers can treat the warrior's wounds with their magical potions and elixirs. The best... Okay, and then we have the... So, he has first aid and heals 1 hit point whenever he rests. He can also heal nearby units. This healing heals a friendly unit within its shooting range and restores an average of 4 hit points. The shooting range, because he has none, is effectively his melee range, which is 1 hex away from him. And he'll heal 4 hit points whenever he heals, if I recall correctly. He's got 5 uses of it. Oh yeah, there's the rank. Range 1. And our scholar. Scholars are considered beginners in the school of the arcane, often seeking mentors as a means of pursuing a lifelong devotion to the weave and its mysteries. The bond between the scholar and the mentor wizard leads to fascinating discoveries, so long as the two are eager to learn each other's strengths and weaknesses. Due to the Inquisition's cautious eye over the various mage towers located in the realm of Eador, scholars and the mentors tend to work in seclusion to avoid persecution as heretics. The initial level of a spellcaster enrolled in these communities is called a scholar, and besides training, they also take on the role of servants for the more powerful wizards, and perform the most simple and dirty and heavy work. They are taught to manipulate the flow of magic, that is, to work with pure magic, but they are not trusted with any of the trickier spells. In addition to possessing the basic principle of manipulating weaves, scholars can afflict targets with magic blasts from a distance. For the contract to be turned into a unit, the hero must build a library. This guy has meditation, so he'll recover his ammo once whenever he rests. Magic shot, so his range damage uses the enemy's ranged resistance to defend against it, not their ranged attack defense. And it looks like he ignores 2 points of enemy's resistance when he uses one of his magic attacks, thanks to energy control. Okay, well, let's look at these locations. Brigands, lizardmen, slave drivers. I think we can probably kill most of this. Let's head over to the orcs. Okay, we'll do 1 more of these and then I think I have to break for bed. So let's try killing some lizardmen. We can read about those guys too. They'll be much tougher than the other creatures we've killed so far, if I recall correctly. Next, I think we'll build a pottery. It increases our income by 4 and allows building a granary in provinces. Oh, I see you brought my old castle back to life. The reeking of the forge smoke and soldiers' foot wraps tells me that everything's going fine. Excellent job, apprentice. The time has come to tell you what all these preparations are for. Far to the northwest lie the lands of the Lord. I've forgotten his name, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that this Lord wants to conquer all of the neighboring lands to become the rightful owner of this world. I couldn't let this happen, so I charmed the overly eager conqueror with a spell of sleep. While he's been sleeping like a log, his army has gotten fat and lazy. It shouldn't be too hard for you to conquer his castle. Ninthor, I believe is what it's called. Consider it done. Alright, well, there's our objective. Defeat the Lord of this area. First... Oh, right, we already built things. Okay, so I guess we're... Oh, we actually can build something in our provinces now. We've been building everything in our castle, or our... I think it's called Demosthene or Demosthene. But we haven't built anything in these locations. We've hired a guard for it, but that's about it. Speaking of guards, we'll hire one to defend this location. Let's go ahead and build a structure somewhere, can we? Oh, I thought we could. We're not allowed to yet, though. Okay. The icon's not here, so we'll have to do that next turn. Does let me explain some of these icons a little bit, though. See this awesome-looking orange flag with the sun? That's my symbol. That means that I own this province and is giving the money or income it earns to me. The shield symbol represents the fact that there is a guard there. The unhappy face here means that the people here are not content with our rule at the moment. As you can see, they are discontented. This bar will fill up, and if it ever reaches the opposite side, it's filling up in red, then we will have to do a battle to keep this location. The locals rise up against it. I think the strength is dependent upon the difficulty level of the game, the province that you took, and maybe the amount of mood that's there. Like, if they hate you, that is quite different than being just simply discontent with your rule. The hero Lotaeri has approached the deserted ruins of a city of the ancients. Often an ancient artifact or some treasures hidden by the current occupants of the ruin can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins may not be as deserted as they may have appeared at first sight. We have a lizardman and a beater, and there's 4 of them. Okay. Oh, this is going to be tricky. I think we're taking a casualty here, everyone. Okay, we'll go with this. Let's start. Okay, let's look at these guys. A beater. Beaters, lizards armed with ranged weapons, are elite hunters roaming the boundless swamps in their territory. They are intelligent, observant creatures who maneuver through the murky environment of the swamps with ease. The equipment far outclasses that of the common fighters, and they take care of preserving it. In combat, these archers provide invaluable support to the tribe's warriors. While lizardmen archers are particularly honed in melee combat, attackers often forget their venomous fangs. They feel good in swamps, and gain +1 range defense and resistance while standing in them. This guy has a poison attack. The enemy, after being struck, will lose 2 hit points per turn for 3 turns. This guy's a lizardman, and almost all lizardmen to my knowledge have regenerate, which heals them very slowly, but it does heal them. This guy has swamp rage. The unit can use an interception more skillfully. Okay, so intercept is something special in New Horizons. A unit can take the hit for another unit if it wants to. I believe it doesn't have to do it, but it can do it. I have never possessed a lizardman as an ally, so I do not know how that quite works, other than they will use it to keep other units of themselves alive. And this is just interception to begin with. Let's read about the lizardman himself. Lizardman warriors are known for their great vitality. Their natural regeneration allows them to heal the most terrible wounds very quickly. Although their bone spears, turtle carapace shields, and seashell armor are a far cry from quality equipment, lizardmen's great strength and agility more than make up for the lack of good gear. Another noteworthy lizardman trait is their tremendous discipline, which allows them to act as one and protect their weaker members. It's especially hard to defeat lizardmen in the swamps, for the boggy marsh is their natural habitat. Lizardmen are tough. We're going to have a tough time beating these guys. Let's move you 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to heal this guy, I've got to move you back 1. Let's throw a spear at this guy first. 4 damage. He has 7 hit points left. We may be able to kill him with a magic bolt. Let's move. Oh, this sucks. We'll move you forward 1 and throw a rock. You can move down 2, and we'll keep you there. Then I think we'll summon a skeleton. Put it in the way. This guy does 9 damage on the counterattack. We'll block 2 points of damage from that, so our skeleton will totally die next round. But I want it in the way to protect, to stop me from taking more damage. Let's heal our poor slinger. You can move down here, sir, and slaughter the lizardman. Let's move you 1 spot to protect our spearmen. Oh, we'd have to do it twice, Tim. Oh, sorry, and it's your slinger. Let's leave you there and just throw a spear. We can move you back 1 and hurl a sling stone. Let's kill it. And then, I think, can we kill this? A lightning bolt should do it. Oh, I still haven't shown a forced march. Let's take counterattack. Morale. We've earned magic weapon and another scholar. There's a pottery in your castle that allows you to build granaries in your provinces. Okay, so we have a building we can build in these locations. To do it, we click on this. And then we click on the building we want to build. Here's a granary. Increases population growth, reduces the risk of famine in this province. We might as well hire another guard. We're losing $9 a round. It's pretty bad. We're also earning 6 crystals, though, thank goodness. Let's do 1 more fight, and then we'll call the session. Let's go up here, and actually, let's go ahead and clear another location. Let's fight, I don't really want to read. Let's go ahead and kill some brigands. We can build a show booth. I guess we'll do that as well. Improves population mood by 1. It's only in the castle, though. Okay, we've killed these guys before. Brigand, Thief, and Renegade. Let's do it. I really don't like being shot right away, though. Okay, let's try this. They're right up on us immediately. Neither of their melee cannot reach me, though. We are safe for at least 1 round. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it should probably be a triple blade on this guy. Yeah, let's triple blade our renegade over here. Triple blade the renegade. We want them to come to us. We'll stay put where we are, and we'll hurl some sling stones. Next, we'll zap a guy. We can use our healer to heal. And end our turn. Let's move you 1, 2 up. You move 1 space up. You move 1 space down. Now let's deal with this nonsense. I think we'll throw another sling stone. Let's throw some spears at the thief. Just 1. We probably can kill it with our scholar. We'll cast let's cast Summon Wolf again. There's no reason for that. Let's go ahead and just use vulnerability. Oh, that was dumb. I should have actually used Lightning Bolt instead. We would have killed them. Let's move up 1 and heal that hit. And now we can kill it. we'll build the gaming house. Increases our income by 1%. Then this -4 now. And why not? We'll do one more. Let's kill these brigands. Oh, we should also keep building things. We'll build another granary. You can only build one structure in a province a turn. Similar to how you can only build one building a turn or cast one ritual a turn. We literally just did this fight. You also don't want to take a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should be safe there. We're not. Okay, took a hit. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. The thief can't reach us. Not this round. Oh, not if it's dead. This poor brigand. Well done, team. Another point of magic. Let's take a point of concentration. Oh, there's no reason for that. No, grab Thermatagy 3. Hit points, counterattack, hit resistance, and a little bit of cash and a Mystical Crystal. All right, everyone, we're going to stop here. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we will continue to explore more of Eador, and I will see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Hopefully this is all making sense to you guys.